Hey, what up guys? gdoggcasey here, bringing you a second new series that I'm going to be bringing to my channel. This time it's on Madden 2013, and we're going to be creating a player and starting off a career in the connected careers mode. And you can see we're taking a look at the different types of QBs you can make: balanced, pocket passer, strong arm, field general, and West Coast. And we're going to be going with the pocket passer here. If you can read this, if you had a chance to read the side there, it talks about having higher throw accuracy and strength. And we're also going to the 49ers because what team needs a new quarterback other than the 49ers? I mean, doubtless there's a couple out there as well, but the 49ers, if they had a great QB, then they would be an amazing team, I think. So we got Matt Vall here, a buddy of mine in real life. He's going to be watching as well, and we are creating him here. We're going to give him some lighter skin because he is a white guy. And the face that I found for him actually looks pretty close to what I think he looks like. At least close enough. It was either 26 or 25, and I went with 26. So, yeah. Getting the quarterback all created up here, taking a look at some of the equipment. I didn't change anything, though. And with the throw style, I gave him none other than, you shall see, Steve Young. Because why not? He was a classic 49er back in the day, so Matt Vall will have the Steve Young release. And taking a look at some of his stats now, this is the stats that you get when you start off as a high draft pick. I actually really like the idea of being able to choose the difference between high draft pick, low draft pick, or there's even undrafted as well. And you get a better rating at the start, but you have more expectations as well. So kicking it off right away here with our first preseason game against the Minnesota Vikings. This video is going to have all 4 preseason games in the video, just so we can get started on the regular season as soon as possible. And yeah, so you're not going to be seeing every snap that Matt Vall takes, nor will you probably in the regular season as well, but I'll keep the regular season more like how I had my Chiefs franchise last year, where you see a lot of the snaps. Like, I'd say about 80% of them. You know, I'll cut out the 2-yard runs and shit like that, but for the most part, you'll be seeing pretty much everything and have a chance to actually see what goes on in the game and the different, you know, momentum shifts and stuff like that. Whereas in the preseason here, I'm going to be mostly just showing you some of his nicer plays, some of his not-so-nice plays, and yeah. You can see Randy Moss there in a 49ers jersey. That's going to be somewhat interesting this year. So here is the first career snap, a 3rd and 8 for Matt Vall, starting in the second. And if you caught that at the beginning, it said we were 0 for 4 on 3rd downs, and Matt Vall steps in the second quarter and just throws a first down on 3rd down. But then later on that drive, not looking so good as Bowman picks him off in the red zone. And yeah, not too nice there by Matt Vall. So let's see how he can respond. Coming back around the 30-yard line, throwing a nice pass to Ruland, who is a backup tight end for the 49ers, I'm guessing. And yeah, playing with these backups is not one of the most fun things I've ever done. And here we're going deep to Ted Ginn. And look at that catch. Is that his first touchdown? No, it's not. He's going to be ruled down at the 1. And I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, in the NFL, you have to be touched if you're on the ground to call it a tackle. And to me, it looked like he rolled into the end zone without being touched. So we're not going to get a good look at it on this replay, but it was still a pretty interesting shot of him diving for the ball. So a nice throw there. And on 3rd and goal, we're in the red zone looking for that first touchdown. And oh, man, Bowman picks it off again. Matt Vall forcing the throws in the red zone here. That's going to need to be worked on for sure. So here we are in the 3rd. We're down by 7 here on 1st and 10. And we're going to find Owusu, and he is going to break, actually not even break, just outspeed the defender and get Matt Vall his first touchdown pass of the preseason. Very nice long throw, and it's actually going to tie the game up as well. So pretty good play there for the 49ers, and that's actually going to be the end of the highlights for this game. We ended up kicking a field goal, I believe, and I think we won the game 13-7. So we're going to see Matt Vall shaking hands with some of the Vikings here and saying his goodbyes. And we did walk away with a victory in our first preseason game. Everyone knows preseason means shit, so, you know, not too much to brag about here, but still a pretty successful outing for Matt Vall, although he did have 2 picks and only 1 touchdown throw. So we're going to be moving on. Actually, we're going to take a look at the stats here. 301 yards Very nice. 1 touchdown and 2 picks. So our next game is at Houston against the Texans here. And we're going to take a look at the stadium, Reliant Stadium, and hopefully get right off into this game here. Players shaking hands and meeting each other, saying good game, GG, GLHF, all that stuff. And here we are, Matt Vall starting in the second. He's the backup quarterback right now, so he's going to be throwing the ball for the second, third, and fourth quarters. Finding a Wusu pretty early on in the quarter, and you know, just showing a bit of highlights here, showing that he can still move the ball. And I just realized, actually, as we get a pass off to Ginn, that I think my buddy Matt is left-handed, and I have him throwing right-handed. So sorry about that if I got that wrong. I just remembered it now. Here we are looking for Ginn, and what the hell? Jackson just jumps in front of that ball, and another pick for Matt Vall. I don't really blame him on that one, though. I mean, in my opinion, Ginn looked open. You can go back and check out the play. He looked open, and Jackson just jumped right in front. So here we have another similar play going right to Ginn on the same play, and this time he's able to catch it. So that's going to set up a touchdown run here for the 49ers. We've had some other rushing touchdowns as well, but I showed this one just because, I don't know, the pass ahead of it led right to it, so figured why not. Looks like we're going to be going deep on this throw here, and that tight end, Ruland, is wide open. So a nice find by Vall, 32-yard reception for Ruland, and we're marching up the field here. So let's see on 2nd and 10, up by 7 actually, and Jenkins is going to grab this one over the defender's shoulder and bust in for the touchdown. A nice throw by Matt Vall, but pretty risky if you were to look at the replay. That one could have been picked off, but luckily Jenkins was able to grab that. Matt Vall taking a sack and dropping the ball, and Barwin is going to pick it up and rumble all the way into the end zone. Nice play by a defensive lineman, and all of a sudden we're only down by 7. I believe we were up 21-7 at that point. I can't remember now. I know the score was up there, so if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I think it was 21-7, and now it would be 21-14. So yeah, I think I'm right about that. So Matt Vall stepping back, trying to get some momentum here, and Barwin gets another pick. And what the hell is a defensive end or defensive tackle, whatever he is, doing that deep in the zone? I have no idea, but he picks it off, and sets them up for another touchdown. So we actually have a tie game here, and Matt Vall again. That was a bad throw. That was all on me. Horrible throw into like triple coverage there, and showing that he's still forcing the ball in the end zone when we're in the red zone. So dumping off a short pass here. We're in overtime now, actually. So yeah, pretty epic stuff going on here. Matt Vall trying to take the short passes here, not wanting to throw any more picks, and try to drive up the field here. Ginn with 93 reception yards, not too bad. So 3rd and 3 here, trying to get another first down. Circle is wide open. There's Ginn again for another first down, and that puts him over 100 yards. So 2nd and 10 here, still marching down the field. And, oh, shit, Sharpton picks it off, and it looks like he could go all the way, but actually our running back stops him there. But unfortunately, they are already in field goal range, and that's going to set up a win for the Houston Texans. So that one's actually on Matt Vall. I think he had 5 picks in that game. Very brutal. That was just a bad game. We'll take a look at the stats here. 329 yards, a lot of yards, but 1 touchdown and 5 picks. That's pretty brutal. We could have won that game if it weren't for those picks. So on to Denver as we take on the Broncos in Denver at Mile High Stadium. Gonna shake hands in that Champ Bailey jersey. I have that exact jersey. Every time I see it, I'm like, what the hell? Because I have the exact same one. And I just wanted to show you this. Look at this. This is a glitch that Madden does in the preseason where they have the kickers, and you'll see if you look really closely there, it said Akers punted for 35 yards. There's no way that was a 35-yard punt. That was like a 10-yard punt. And yeah, so if you see me going for it on 4th down, where we just took a sack there, if you see me going for it on 4th down, it's because, I mean, it's better than letting the kicker try to punt the ball. So we get this one off to Briscoe, and at the time I was like, who the hell is Briscoe? I hadn't been throwing to him at all. I haven't seen him on the field. I still don't really know who he is. You know, and I'm sorry if he's like some big-name player, but I just haven't heard of him. And Jenkins is going to shrug off a tackle here and get right inside the 5. He's going to be injured, but it won't be too bad. He'll be back in the game. So is Val going to force another one? Yes, he does. Harris picks him off in the end zone. And, God, man, so many interceptions. We really got to work on that. He's trying to make his case for starting, and he throws another pick. What is going on? We're actually only down by 7 in this game in the third quarter, and we should be down by more now because of all those interceptions. So here we go, just 2nd and 9, trying again. And it's another pick. What the hell is going on here with Matt Vall? Wow, we got some practice to do, that's for sure. Okay, so 2nd and 10. We're going to be looking for the short play, and he fumbles the ball. Muhammad picks it up, and that's a white guy named Muhammad, by the way, and he runs it all the way back for a touchdown. So we are down 17-3, and we're going to take a look at this hit. Boom! Jenkins just got rocked there. So 17-3 for the Broncos. Matt Vall steps back and finds Vernon Davis trying to settle in, get into a rhythm, and stop throwing picks and stop turning the ball over. 3 interceptions already in this game with only 91 yards. So kick off the 4th. We're 3rd and goal, and it's a pass play. This means we could be forcing another interception, but Jennings is wide open here in the end zone, so we almost overthrew him there, but luckily he pulls it down, and we get a touchdown. So only down by 7 now with 6 minutes left in the game. Going on a kind of like final drive, and look at the physics. Okay, this game brags about the new physics engine and all that. I swear to God, man, there are so many stupid animations in this game. It's making me wonder. On 4th and 2 there, overthrowing our receiver, so that's actually going to turn the ball over to the Broncos. But yeah, that's making me wonder, like, what's going on with Madden bragging about the physics when they're really not all that good, although this play is all that good as Vernon Davis rumbles all the way down the field. That's like a 70-yard play for a touchdown. Not only any touchdown, but it ties the game as well. And we're going to look through the sim plays here as I was kind of wondering what was going to happen, and we can see that L. James returned a punt 63 yards for a touchdown to get us the win. So we are now 2-1 in the preseason. Matt Vall, not the best game, but, you know, he kind of made up for it. He actually got that touchdown to tie the game. So, you know, pretty good game overall. So our last game of the preseason, taking on the San Diego Chargers at home in San Francisco. And there's Randy Moss again. I'm actually interested to see what's going to happen with him. So anyway, picking it up, first play of the game for Matt Vall, hitting Briscoe on a nice comeback route. Pretty good pitch and catch there. And now it looks like we're going to be going deep. We're going deep. I see Vernon Davis open. Oh, that was not the best throw, but Vernon Davis makes a great catch and runs into the end zone and makes Matt Vall look pretty good there. That throw, it was decent, but it could have been better. So here we go, 14-0 now for the 49ers, and finding Davis again. Because so we had Ginn at the start, but apparently the 49ers released him, which is to Matt Vall's dismay because Ted Ginn was one of our main targets. But now, because of that, it means we have Vernon Davis on the backup team. So we're going to be using him a lot. As you see, another touchdown for Matt Vall to Davis. I expect a lot of that in the regular season. And hopefully less of that. Another interception for Matt Vall. But, you know, at least we have more touchdowns and picks in this game. And it looks like we're going to hit Jenkins here, and he's going to bust into the end zone. Barely, but he did make it. So that's another touchdown for Matt Vall, and he's starting to look a lot better here. It seems like he plays better at home. So a play-action play here, and there is Randy Moss with 40 seconds left in the game. I admit I was trying to pad my stats there, but, you know, who cares? So this video is coming into an end, guys. I hope you enjoy. I hope you look forward to the regular season. Madden 13 is a pretty good game. There's a lot of flaws. Maybe I'll get into them in future videos. Take a look at Matt Vall's preseason stats. 12 interceptions, pretty bad, but 8 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards, pretty good. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time.